So we back in the shop, y'all. We just pulled back in, got some stuff going. Had to pull back in a little bit late, had to handle some stuff early, but it don't even matter. We up in this joint, about to get some work done. So we left off yesterday with this joint right here. We have put the primary and got the brake line and everything going. So this bike is on its way out. The only thing that's holding me up now is the fact that I brought I brought too small of a belt drive. They said I need like a 72 or 66. So I'm gonna pop that one off and go ahead and find a new one. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and close up the primary and put that side cover on. I wanna pull the bike up to the car and juice up the battery. Just give it a quick little start, just so I know everything is good to go with the interference, the gauges, the headlight and everything I just rewired up. Also the hand controls on the bars, just so we know that's just good to go. Once we get that green light, we're gonna go ahead and finish knocking everything else out. But besides that, man, we got the paint getting done as we speak right now. I should be picking the paint up literally tomorrow. If I don't pick it up tomorrow, then for sure it's gonna be Friday. So stay tuned for that. We're about to have this thing getting wet up, looking good, y'all. So stay tuned, man. This thing is gonna be sliding in no time. Literally, this thing is looking good. So I had another 21 I was going to get used, but I seen it in person, it was terrible. So I went and ordered a brand new one off eBay. We're waiting on that front tire. Then we're going to get the rim from Powder Coat so we can go ahead and put the tire back on, get the front one assembled. We're going to get that mounted in balance. Then we should have, I promise y'all, this bike should be done this week. If not this week, then next week I should be going for a test ride. As soon as this bike is done with the wheels and the paint set, this thing is going to get it shipped out. It's going to be on its way. I just got to do the test ride to make sure the transmission and everything is good to go. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have this thing complete. I know it's been sitting like this for a minute, but the thing is, when you're doing these bikes, you get in your go mode. You want to just do everything at once while you got everything right there in your face with everything you need. So with that being said, it's going to be easier for me to have the paint, the wheels, everything I need to just knock everything out in a day or 2 days, whatever I need. So it could just be completely running and good, ready to go, y'all. So stay tuned. That's how we coming. We working. We about to make it happen. But yeah, we left off with this joint yesterday, trying to jump the battery. So I was trying to get that juiced up to give it a start. I probably got to just throw it on the battery charger at my house, let it charge up. The only thing that's holding us back right now with this bike is literally this back rim. I'm gonna take it off right now for y'all so y'all can understand, but basically this belt drive is too small. I need one with a bigger amount of tooths. So that's what we own right now. Trying to find one of those. I drove an hour and a half to one of my actual subscribers. He know who he is. I got that from him, but it's the wrong one. So I'm gonna put that on the shelf with the rest of these parts in case I need it again. But like I said, we waiting on the paint from Antonio. We got a brand new 21 tire coming in the mail for this joint. So I'm waiting to receive that any day. The back rim is almost done in powder coat. It still wasn't done when I checked yesterday. So we're gonna have that on its way. But like I said, about to clean up in this joint real fast. And then I'm gonna jack this up, get that back rim off so we can get that thing figured out. So I'm gonna explain y'all the problem real fast so y'all can get a better understanding of what I'm trying to explain to y'all. So on some of these back rims, you can just, let me show y'all. You can just slide the belt drive right here. You can just slide this rubber piece and this slide it right up onto the wheel, because the wheel have the hub made for it to accept it. On this back rim, it's a little bit different. So we got one side with the rotor. We got the rotor bolted up all 5 bolts. Then when you flip it, we got the other hub where you gotta bolt this. I have the 5th bolt. I just gotta buy another one of these thick washers. You can't just put any one. So basically I brought this one and it bolted right to the hub, worked perfect, but it's too small. I don't know if this came off of a Dyna, that's the case or what, so I gotta get a bigger one. But now that we got this off, I'm gonna go ahead and definitely probably powder coat the next one, make it look better. This looks crazy now I'm looking at it. But it's mind blowing because I've never dealt with this, even on my bike, my first one I did, but then again, it was an older year bike like this one, to where majority of all these like he got, I had a chain, so the sprocket bolts right to the rim, and this is a PM rim, so it's all around, it fits the same. But yeah, that's pretty much what we gotta do, y'all. Like I said, I like this bike so much. These washers and everything, you could just see everywhere. But that's what we gotta do, y'all. We was putting a chain, but we gonna hold back and wait. Usually with the chain, you can just knock some links off and adjust it. With this, with the belt, we gotta just get a bigger one. So that's what we're gonna focus on right now, getting the right one so I can have this thing on its way. Besides that, I got the brand new primary fluid for the primary. We're gonna throw that in there. And then I gotta just finish wiring up these blinkers right here. I just really wanted to get the bike started so I know everything was good, because I had to basically rewire and solder the handlebars, make sure those wires are good. Those go to the harness, and then making sure all the gauges and everything works for me reassembling everything since the paint. But yeah, man, that's what we doing. Another thing my boy just explained to me yesterday, my boy Backhouse Customs, and now I'm starting to see it for myself. So basically, when I had this rim on here yesterday, and I was trying to, before I basically figured out the belt was too long, I had bought that other spacer, which is this one right here. So look, I had basically brought this spacer the first time for the left-hand side. So we had that spacer, then we had the right adapter on this side with the on the axle with the wheel on there. So it was literally just like this, and that was cool. Except now I noticed when I was trying to put the brake on, the brake had a certain space between it to where it wouldn't go onto the wheel. So now I see what my boy was explaining to me yesterday about making sure the spacing was right. Yeah, I had figured it out, and I brought this spacer to where I can bolt it up with no space between. But the thing about that is that now put the brake caliper in a place to where it couldn't fit on the rotor with the right amount of space. Like, it was too far apart. So now basically I got to go over the whole back end with these spacers and finish figuring it out and improvising, trying to make sure everything is what it's supposed to be. But like I said, this is how it is when you're doing stuff that's not made for it, I'll say, when you add an extra stuff. But it's part of the game though, man. Ain't nothing too big, nothing too small. We're gonna get it done. It's just about handling it so we can have these bikes coming out nice and custom. So I'm loving this blue. I wanted to pull it out today in the sun, but we got to get this back wheel thing figured out, because if it go for a start, I'm definitely going to want to go for a test ride, especially after I done went ahead and did that transmission and whatnot, man. Got to get this thing going. So I just got the phone with Dr. John. That's the frame doctor guy. If you guys don't know, he literally has my 2009 Street Glide that I got from Copart from Sacramento probably like a month ago or 3-4 weeks ago. Craziest bike I've ever brought. Literally the worst Harley I've ever purchased from Copart ever. And y'all can see by all the damage that was on that bike. So I'm waiting to get that back any day so we can go ahead and get that in the shop and get that thing on its way, get it painted, put my Builtbydre's touch on it, and get it on its way, man. So stay. And if you want to enter to win that joint, man, go in the description below. It's literally about under 40 spots left, man. They're going fast. Get in while you can, man. I can't wait to see where the bike is headed. It's my 2017 Road King M8 with the 107 on there, ready to go, ready to slide, man. Go in the description below and copy your red SLIDN beanie, man. That's going to be your one entry to get in. As soon as we fill it up, we're going to go live and pick the winner, man. So stay tuned for that, y'all. We going up.